There's a silent truth we all know but often choose to ignore. Respect is not given, it's earned. Yet so many of us sabotage this process, clinging to habits that erode not only how others see us, but how we see ourselves. What if I told you that true respect, both from others and within, is closer than you think? It lies just beyond a few destructive tendencies that we must confront and eliminate. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To gain the respect you deserve, you must first master your inner world. Today we'll explore 6 habits you must shed to command respect and transform your life. Let's begin this journey of self-mastery together. Number 1. The habit of excuses. Excuses are the chains we forge to shackle ourselves. Every time we blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for our failures, we surrender a piece of our autonomy. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of Stoicism's greatest voices, wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A person who constantly makes excuses is signaling to the world that they are powerless over their own life. And if you can't command yourself, why should anyone respect you? Excuses are a mask we wear to avoid accountability. But here's the truth. No one respects a person who hides behind that mask. Real respect comes when you own your failures as much as your successes. When you say, "I made a mistake," or "this is on me," you're not just admitting fault. You're demonstrating courage and self-control. These are the virtues that the Stoics revered, and they are the bedrock of respect. Ask yourself, are your excuses protecting you, or are they imprisoning you? Perhaps you didn't have time to prepare, but couldn't you have made time by cutting distractions? Maybe someone wronged you, but did you allow their actions to dictate your response? A Stoic sees setbacks as a test of their fortitude. Instead of complaining about the wind, they adjust their sails. Excuses are a habit born from fear. Fear of judgment, failure, and responsibility. But fear, according to the Stoics, is just a destructive emotion that clouds reason. Seneca reminds us we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When you stop making excuses, you strip fear of its power and embrace the truth. And the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, commands respect. Let us resolve to break free from this habit. Accept the reality of your choices and circumstances. In doing so, you will find that others begin to see you not as someone at the mercy of life, but as someone in control of their destiny. And that is a person worth respecting. Number 2. The habit of seeking validation. One of the quickest ways to lose respect, both self-respect and the respect of others, is to crave validation. When we look to others to affirm our worth, we hand them the keys to our self-esteem. This dependence is a subtle form of slavery, one that Marcus Aurelius cautioned against when he wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." A Stoic understands that respect begins within. It cannot be borrowed or begged from others. When we obsess over likes, compliments, or external approval, we betray an inner insecurity. Imagine someone constantly fishing for compliments or molding their behavior just to please others. Do we respect such a person, or do we pity them? True respect comes not from chasing validation, but from living authentically and holding firm to your principles. The world respects a person who stands tall, even in the face of criticism. Seeking validation also breeds inconsistency. One day you may behave one way to impress a certain group. The next you might act differently to gain favor elsewhere. This inconsistency erodes trust, for how can others rely on you when you do not remain true to yourself? Epictetus reminds us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. A Stoic does not sway like a leaf in the wind of public opinion. They are rooted like a tree, unmoved by the storms of judgment. It's time to break this habit by turning inward. Ask yourself, why do I seek others' approval? Often the answer lies in a lack of self-worth. But the good news is that self-worth is something you can build. Start by setting your own standards and living up to them. Recognize that others' opinions are fleeting and beyond your control, but your actions and values are entirely within your grasp. Remember, the most respected individuals are those who validate themselves through their deeds and principles. They are guided by their inner compass, not the shifting winds of external approval. Let us strive to be such individuals, unshaken by the need for validation, and respected for our unwavering authenticity. Number 3. The habit of overreacting. Emotional overreaction is a sign of weakness, not strength. When you lose your temper or allow your emotions to control your actions, you surrender your power to the very thing you seek to conquer. The Stoics understood this deeply, and Seneca famously wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Overreaction not only undermines your credibility, but also reveals a lack of self-mastery, an essential ingredient for earning respect. Consider this. Do we respect someone who yells at the slightest inconvenience, or someone who flies into a rage over minor setbacks? We may fear their temper, but fear is not respect. In contrast, we deeply admire those who remain composed under pressure. The Stoics believed that composure in adversity is the truest test of character. A person who controls their reactions commands the respect of others because they embody strength, patience, and wisdom. When you overreact, you magnify problems instead of solving them. Imagine a small disagreement that spirals into a heated argument because one party couldn't keep their emotions in check. Respect is built when you face challenges with poise and seek resolutions instead of escalating conflicts. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Mastery over your mind starts with mastering your reactions. To eliminate this habit, practice mindfulness. Pause before you speak or act. Ask yourself, is this reaction proportional to the situation? Am I responding with reason, or letting my emotions dictate my behavior? Over time, these moments of reflection will become second nature. When you react calmly and thoughtfully, others will take notice. They will respect your ability to handle adversity with grace and self-discipline. Let us commit to replacing overreaction with measured responses. In doing so, we not only gain the respect of others, but also the deeper satisfaction of knowing we control our inner world. For as the Stoics taught, mastery of self is the highest form of freedom. Number 4. The habit of complaining. Complaining is the anthem of the powerless. When we lament our circumstances, we project helplessness to the world. The Stoics viewed complaints as a waste of precious energy, for they neither change reality nor improve our situation. Epictetus urged us to ask, why do you blame external things? If you can change them, do so. If you cannot, then change your attitude. Respect cannot coexist with the habit of complaining, for respect is born from action, not idle words of dissatisfaction. Think about the people you admire most. Are they the ones who grumble about every setback, or the ones who quietly rise above their challenges? A chronic complainer reveals an unwillingness to adapt and overcome. This habit not only undermines respect, but also cultivates negativity, pushing others away. No one wants to follow someone who dwells on problems instead of finding solutions. Complaining also stems from entitlement, the belief that life should be easier or that we deserve better without effort. But the Stoics knew that life is indifferent to our expectations. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you have to assemble your life action by action and be satisfied if each one achieves its goal. Complaints achieve nothing, actions do. Respect follows those who take ownership of their lives, regardless of the difficulties they face. Breaking the habit of complaining begins with gratitude and perspective. The Stoics often practiced negative visualization, imagining the worst-case scenario, to appreciate what they already had. Instead of focusing on what is wrong, reflect on what remains within your control. When faced with adversity, ask, what can I do to improve this situation? By shifting your focus from complaints to solutions, you demonstrate resilience and earn the admiration of others. Let us strive to be individuals who endure life's trials without lamentation. Replace complaints with determination, and you will find that respect flows naturally from your actions. As Seneca put it, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. To complain is to waste the strength adversity offers. To act is to honor it. Number 5. The habit of gossiping. Gossip is a silent poison. It seems harmless, a whispered word here, a shared rumor there, but it corrodes respect faster than almost any other habit. When you engage in gossip, you send an unspoken message. You cannot be trusted. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, warned against this behavior when he said, "What man can you show me who places any value on his time, who reckons the worth of each day?" who understands that he is dying daily. Gossip squanders time, dignity, and respect, both yours and others. When we gossip, we focus on tearing others down instead of building ourselves up. This habit stems from insecurity, the need to feel superior by exposing someone else's flaws. But a person of true strength and character has no need for such games. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is the mark of an educated mind to look at things objectively and entertain only that which serves the greater good." Gossip serves no purpose other than to feed negativity and division. Think about this. Do you respect someone who speaks ill of others behind their backs? Or do you question what they say about you when you're not around? Gossip not only damages your relationships but also your reputation. A Stoic seeks to live in harmony with others, focusing on their own actions rather than meddling in the affairs of others. To eliminate this habit, practice self-restraint and mindfulness in conversation. Before speaking, ask yourself, is what I'm about to say true? Is it necessary? Does it serve a higher purpose? If the answer to any of these questions is no, silence is the wiser choice. Epictetus taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Use your words sparingly and purposefully, and people will begin to respect your discipline and discretion. Let us resolve to rise above gossip, focusing instead on meaningful connections and constructive dialogue. In doing so, we preserve our integrity and cultivate respect. For as the Stoics believed, true wisdom lies not in idle chatter, but in deliberate, virtuous action. Number 6, the habit of procrastination. Procrastination is a thief of time, potential, and respect. Every moment spent delaying action is a moment surrendered to mediocrity. The Stoics understood the fleeting nature of life and the urgency of purposeful action. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long if you know how to use it." Procrastination wastes time, and with it, the opportunities to demonstrate your capability and earn respect. When we procrastinate, we send a message to ourselves and to others that our goals, commitments, or responsibilities are not worth immediate attention. This habit undermines trust, as it creates a pattern of missed deadlines and broken promises. Respect, however, is built on reliability and follow-through. A Stoic sees procrastination as an enemy of discipline, a distraction from the path of virtue. Procrastination often stems from fear of failure, fear of discomfort, or even fear of success. But as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. To the Stoic, every moment is precious, and action is the antidote to fear. Waiting for the right time is an illusion. The right time is now. To overcome procrastination, embrace the Stoic principle of amor fati, the love of one's fate. Accept your responsibilities as opportunities for growth and approach them with enthusiasm. Break tasks into manageable steps and commit to beginning, no matter how small the first action. Each small victory builds momentum and reinforces self-discipline, a trait that commands respect from others. Let us cast aside the habit of procrastination and adopt a sense of urgency in pursuing our goals. By doing so, we not only respect the fleeting gift of time, but also inspire respect through our diligence and determination. For as the Stoics believed, life's worth is measured not in how long we live, but in how well we use our days. Respect is not something you can demand, it's something you cultivate through deliberate action and virtuous living. The 6 habits we've explored: excuses, seeking validation, overreacting, complaining, gossiping, and procrastination, are barriers to the respect we all seek. They weaken our character and cloud the perception others have of us. But by recognizing and eliminating these destructive tendencies, we take the first step toward a life of self-mastery and fortitude. The Stoics taught us that respect begins within. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." True respect is earned by those who live with integrity, discipline, and purpose. When you take control of your emotions, focus on your actions, and refuse to be swayed by the opinions of others, you radiate strength and inspire admiration. Imagine yourself free of these habits. Imagine living each day with clarity, focus, and unwavering self-control. How would others see you? More importantly, how would you see yourself? The path to respect is not easy, but it is simple. Act with virtue, speak with purpose, and live with intention. So, here's your challenge. Take a hard look at your life. Identify where these 6 habits might be holding you back, and then, step by step, begin to let them go. Replace excuses with ownership, validation seeking with self-assurance, overreaction with composure, complaints with gratitude, gossip with discretion, and procrastination with action. In doing so, you will transform not only how others perceive you, but how you perceive yourself. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.